Online Math Tutoring stream for October 19th. We've got some problems that came in the last 24 hours that weren't automated or people wanted more detail on, so let's walk through those. Let's take this one and get started first because we haven't had many of these, so this will help out some of the younger students. The problem came in as 46,020,000, and so what they want is they want that written out as a number. So we got 46 million. 20,000. And so this works because this is hundred thousands, and then the next set of digits after the comma is millions. So we read 46,020,000 because it's not 120,000 or 220, it's just 20. So we'll just bold that. We can just say, that is that. So let's move on to the next one. So a middleweight UFC fighter weighs between 170 pounds and 185 pounds. So this seems vague because I don't think they added the end, but let's just say let W be the UFC fighter's weight. We have a compound inequality. Right side includes 185 pounds because between means includes. Now, your teacher might be different, so if you have a different definition of between, but my definition with roster notation, which is what this problem is between means includes 185 pounds. And then left side includes 170 pounds because between means includes 170. So what we have is 170 less than or equal to W less than or equal to 185. This is our compound inequality. We first declared a variable for the weight, W, and then we were told that the weight is between 170 and 185. In roster notation, between also means includes. So this is how we write the compound inequality. And that solves that problem. All right, next. We've got this one on a rectangle calculator, but some people like to just pop in definitions. So let L be the length and W be the width of a rectangle. The area A equals L times W. So it is just the length times the width. Oops. There we go. And that is it. Right. Next one. 1 hour and 54 minutes after 7:30. So I know some of our fans struggle with time and time conversions. And so I am a graduate and a card-carrying member of the School of Lazy. And so I love to find lazy and fast ways to solve these problems. Now, when I look at this problem, the first thing I see is 1 hour and 54 minutes is, so 1 hour and 54 minutes is 6 minutes short of 2 hours. Let's take the easy and lazy way to solve this. So we add 2 hours to 7:30. 7:30 plus 2 equals 9:30. Then we subtract off the 6 minutes. 9:30 minus 0.06 or 6 minutes should say 2 hours to be specific. 9:30 minus 6 minutes equals 9:24. So some of the students struggle because they'll add an hour, 8:30, and then they'll be like, okay, what's 54 minutes? It's hard to picture that in your head. The shortcut and lazy way to get this is just to recognize that 1 hour and 54 minutes, it's close to 2 hours. It's 6 minutes short. So just add the 2 hours and then subtract off the 6 minutes and you get your answer. So you see how fast that can be done. Moving on. In 32, this is place value. In 32, what is the value of 2? So if you're not familiar with place value, for place value, starting from the right, no decimals, right decimal, we have ones, tens, ones. So 3 is the tens digit, 2 is the ones digit. 3 times 10 plus 2 times 1 equals 32. Actually, I should write it this way. 32 broken down in the place values. 3, the tens digit times 10, the ones digit times 1, which means 2 is and bold the answer, ones digit. So that's it. That's your answer. 2 is the ones digit in 32. All right. So next, here's a pay compensation problem. This is a quickie. Dan makes $9 for each hour of work. Write an equation to represent his total pay P after working H hours. We know that pay on an hourly basis equals, so we're given pay P equals hourly rate times H, hourly basis H, P times H. We're given an hourly rate of 9, so we have P equals, and then bold that, 9H. So anytime, the dead giveaway on this problem is each hour, so you know that this guy's paid hourly. They want total pay. So for any hourly worker, your pay is hourly rate, what you get paid each hour, times the number of hours you work. So in this problem, we're given an hourly rate of 9, H hours worked, so our pay is 9H. So we could just say hourly rate, compensation, boom, done. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, so let's do some algebraic expressions. All right, so 6 times j squared minus twice j squared. So first, j squared means we raise the variable j to the power of 2, j squared. 6 times j squared, we multiply j squared by 6, 6j squared. Twice j squared, we multiply j squared by 2, because twice means 2. The word minus, so now we're bringing this home. We've got this piece, we've got this piece, and then we want to account for the minus. And we subtract 2j squared from 6j squared. So we've got 6j squared minus 2j squared. Now, depending on your teacher or your class or the multiple choice exam you're taking, sometimes this will be your final answer. But because we have like terms, sometimes they will ask you to simplify. So if you must simplify, we group like terms and get, this is really 6 minus 2j squared, because we have 6j squared and 2j squared. They're matching terms, so we group the coefficients. and that gives us 4j squared. So let's just bold that. Got algebraic expressions, dealt with exponents, and that is that. All right, we're making good progress. Let's see. Okay, these kind of trip up students sometimes if you don't see the shortcut. So $1.40 pays for 30 minutes of parking. How long can you park for with $2.80? So immediately I see that 280 is 140 times 2. You may not spot that up front, but it's nice to look for these shortcuts. So 140 times 2 is 280, which means if 140 pays for 30 minutes of parking, 140 times 2 equals 280, means 280 pays for 30 minutes times 2 equals 60 minutes, or 1 hour, since 60 minutes is also 1 hour. So the key to ripping through this problem quickly is to notice that 280 is 2 times 140. So you double your rate, you double your time of parking. That's it. So in fact, I should probably put that here. Double the rate means double the time you can park. And that's just a little cheat sheet for you. So quotient. What else we got? All right, let's do that one. Got a lot of students dealing with rates and unit costs now. So the problem reads, you save $35 a week for a year. How much do you have at the end of the year? We know that 1 year equals 52 weeks. So 35 per week times 52 weeks equals, I'm going to go off camera here real quick and use my calculator because I'm too lazy to multiply through 1,820. So I've got $18 saved for the year. So just to review, $35 a week for a year. How much do you have at the end of the year? So the savings each week are constant. That's great. We don't have to make any conversions. And we want to know a year is 52 weeks, which means $35 per week times 52 weeks gives us $1,820 at the end of the year. So that is that. All right. Constant as the sun rising each day, we get literal equations. So the literal equation reads f minus g equals 1/4 b for b. Okay, so if these kind of problems stump you, there's a quick thing that jumps out in case you forgot. We want to cross multiply because 1/4 b is also b over 4, right? Actually, no, let's not, because some people might not solve it that way. Let's just say multiply each side of the equation by 4 to remove the 1/4 and isolate b. We've got 4 times f minus g equals 4 over 4b. 4 over 4 equals 1, so we have b equals 4 times f minus g. That is your literal equation answer. So the key here was we started off in a good spot. This wasn't super difficult. B is already isolated for the most part. We just have a constant we need to get rid of. And so to get rid of a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. To multiply 4. So the key to this problem, multiplying by the reciprocal of constant. Italicize that. We're done. All right. Here's another rate. So this is algebraic expression and a rate. X textbooks. So the student types in X textbooks if one textbook costs $140. Total cost equals cost per textbook times number of textbooks. So cost, since cost equals price times quantity, we have total cost per textbook. One textbook we're told is 140, and they're buying X textbooks. So we can dump the dollar sign in this, our algebraic expression. So again, cost is always price times quantity. It's as constant as the sun coming up tomorrow. So whenever you see something like this, if you can recognize how they ask for these problems, you'll know instantly how to solve these problems. All right, let's keep it going. Another algebraic expression that came in. 4 times b increased by 9 minus twice y. So that's kind of a mouthful. Take this algebraic expression in parts. Step 1, 4 times b. We multiply the variable b by 4 for b. Increased by 9 means we add 9 to 4b. Should do step 2. Step 2. So add 9 to 4b. We got 4b plus 9. Step 3. Twice y means we multiply the variable y by 2, because twice means 2. We got 2y. Step 4, and this is where we get our answer, the phrase minus, and we subtract 2y from 4b plus 9. b plus 9 minus 2, 9 minus 2y. And that, my friends, is the answer. So we were able to knock this out in 4 steps. This is step 1. This is step 2. This is step 3, and then the minus glues them all together for the final answer. So we got algebraic expressions. Done. All right, let's see what we want to do next. All right, this is a good one. Algebraic expressions and cost. So you buy 4 magazines for $5 each and 2 drinks for $4 each. So the problem that came in from the student or the parent is a bit incomplete, but I've seen these for 13 years now, so I know what they're asking. Calculate total cost. Since cost equals price times quantity, and I know we've covered that a few times this lesson, we have total, let's drop a line, total cost equals 4 magazines times $5. Actually, since I said price times quantity, let's type it out the same so don't get confused. Plus $4 drinks times 2 drinks. Total cost equals 20 plus 8. Total cost equals 28. So our magazine cost is 4 times 5, which is 20. Our drink cost is 2 times 4 is 8. Add them together and you get your answer. All right, let's do joint variation, another algebra staple. Oh. So z varies jointly as the fourth power of x and the fifth power of y. The phrase varies jointly means we have a constant k such that z equals, actually wait, let's go back. Let's break out the pieces first because I'm jumping ahead. Means we raise x to the power of 4. We got x to the fourth. So we'll handle the variation last. I want to break out the terms first. And then let's do the y term. The fifth power of y means we raise y to the power of 5. Okay. So we've taken care of this fourth power of x and the fifth power of y. Now, let's jump back down here. Now that we're caught up, the phrase varies jointly means we have a constant k such that z equals k, x to the fourth, y to the fifth. So varies jointly means z is affected by whatever happens with x and y in this problem. So k is called the constant of variation. And so your answer is this: z equals kx to the fourth, y to the fifth. So we got joint variation, algebra, and that's it. So you'll see varies jointly or directly is kind of the same, and then varies inversely, which we've covered before. If you get inversely, that means you divide, but jointly or directly means you multiply. So let's knock that one out. We're done. All right, let's do this one because it's been sitting there for a day. In a class, there are 5 more boys than girls. There are 13 students in all. How many boys are there in the class? So we start by declaring variables for boys and girls. Let B be the number of boys. Let G be the number of girls. We're given 2 equations. So we're told that there's 5 more boys than girls, which means G plus 5. So boys are equal to girls plus 5. That's what's given here. And the second thing we're told is there are 13 students in all, which means boys plus girls equals 13. There's boys and girls in the class. Add them together, we got 13 students. Now, if you struggle with these simultaneous equations, maybe you got this far, maybe you didn't. You may be wondering, what is the next step? The cheat code here, or the lazy way to solve this, is we're given B. So since we're given G in terms of B, we substitute equation 1 into equation 2. Actually, wait, I'm wasting a step. The problem asks for boys in the class, so we want to rewrite. There's 2 ways to do this, but we'll do it now to get it in terms of boys. Equation 1 to be in terms of B. I'm sorry, let's just do it this way. So substitute equation 1 for B into equation 2. All right, so we got B plus G is 13, right? But we know B is G plus 5, so we just substitute this, G plus 5. Grouping like terms, we get 2G plus 5 equals 13. Now, since I'm only got the camera on the screen, I'm not going to jump to the Math Celebrity calculator to run this problem. I'll just do it with you the long way. So subtract 5 from each side. 2g plus 5 minus 5 equals 13 minus 5. Cancel the 5's on the left side, and we get 2g equals 8. Divide each side of the equation by 2 to isolate g. 2g over 2 equals 8 over 2. Cancel the 2's on the left side, and we get g equal to 4. Now, because we didn't switch this around, we've got to go back because the problem asks how many boys. Substitute g equal to 4 into equation 1 to solve for b. B equals g plus 5, so g is 4. B equals to 9. So there's 9 boys and 4 girls, but the problem asks how many boys are there in the class, so your answer is 9. So this was a simultaneous equations, and we use substitution to solve it. So a couple steps there, but there's a lot of those problems you'll see, and if you get the variable solved on the first one, you just do a substitution and you're done. All right, so 5 times, here's another algebraic expression. 5 times the product of two numbers A and B. The product of two numbers A and B means we multiply the variables together, AB. And 5 times the product means we multiply AB by 5. 5AB. That's it. So there was two products here that we had to do for this final algebraic expression, but pretty straightforward. All right, 2 more and then we'll sign off for the night. Let's just make sure there's no chats. I don't think there is. Very good. All right. We got, all right, this is an inequality. So Kira will spend less than 27 on gifts. So far, she has spent 12. What are the possible additional amounts she will spend? Okay. The key word in this problem is less than. So we know this is an inequality. Let S be Kira's possible spend. We have S is less than 27. So S plus 12, she's already spent 12, is less than 27. So she will not spend up to 27. It's got to be less than 27. So meaning like 26.99. So we don't have an equal sign here because we're not including 27. This is what we're given. To solve for S in this inequality, we subtract 12 from each side. S plus 12 minus 12 less than 27. 12. Cancel the 12s on the left side. And we get S less than 15. So when they say in the question, possible additional amounts, she can spend any dollar amount from 0 to 50, up to, but not including 15. So the summary here is Kira can spend anything up to, but not including 15. 15. Italics. So your final answer is S less than 15. So we got an equality set of expressions. All right, one more for the night, and then we will sign off. What do we got? Larger of two numbers is 4 more than the smaller. The sum of the two is 40. What is the larger number? Let L be the larger number. Let S be the smaller number. This is exactly what we just did 2 problems ago with the simultaneous equations. So we're given clear variables for the two numbers. All right. Let's just make this a bit clearer for everybody. We're given 2 equations. One, L equals S plus 4. How did I get that? The larger of two numbers, which is L, is 4 more than the smaller. So 4 more means that we add 4 to the smaller. The sum of the two, so L plus S, equals 40. Sum of the two means we add the two together to get 40. All right. So this time, instead of using the substitution as is and then popping it back in, I want to do the other way you can do this. To get this problem in terms of L, the larger number L, because that's what they're asking for, we rearrange equation 1 in terms of S. I'm sorry, in terms of L. Subtract 4 from each side in equation 1. Now you could do this the way I did it 2 problems ago, or you could do it this reverse method here. Either way is fine. If they would have asked for the smaller number, we could have just did the substitution, but they didn't, so you kind of have 2 ways you can do this. So we've got, if we subtract, so we got L minus 4 equals S plus 4 minus 4. Cancel the 4s, and we get S equals L minus 4. Our given equations are now, so we just rewrite S equals L minus 4, and we've got L plus S equals 40. Perfect. So substitute equation 1 into equation 2 for S. L plus L minus 4 equals 40. Right? Because S is L minus 4, so we just bring this piece here. Grouping like terms for L, we get, because we have L plus L, it's 2L minus 4 equals 40. Add 4 to each side, and the question is why? Because we have a minus 4, we want to get rid of it. So to get rid of a minus 4, we do a plus 4. Equals 40 plus 4. Canceling 4s on the left side, we get 2L equals 44. Divide each side of the equation by 2 to isolate L. 2L over 2 equals 44 over 2. Cancel the 2's on the left side, and we get L equals 22. Boom. They asked for the larger number, which was L. We solved for it, and that is that. Have an awesome night, and thank you.